Hi, welcome to today's lesson. Today the movement is in standing. Anyone can do these standing poses and we can adjust them a little bit if necessary, but I reckon you'll be okay. Now, one thing you might need is some form of strap. So a dressing gown cord or a yoga strap if you have one, or a scarf. So get your strap. Maybe if you haven't got it, put yourself on pause and then come back. I'm going to grab my strap and then we'll start together. Once you've got your strap, you can pop it on the floor. The first movement that we're going to do is a lovely standing twist. So you have the feet slightly wider than hips apart. I'll do this really slowly so you can see, but as you turn your body to the right, your arms will swing around and your back foot will come inwards, so your heel is lifting, and then you'll twist the other way and the heel will lift. The key here is sometimes if there's a lot of tension in the shoulders especially, folks hold their arms out so you can see it's quite stiff. I want you to be quite free and relaxed. So this turns into a bit of a tapping exercise as well. You'll be tapping the lower ribs, which means you're activating the lower lung as well as the kidneys. So you start to get into a nice little rhythm with this. And even if you don't do anything else in the day, if you wake up and do this, it will be a wonderful start to any day. And we can think about how, when we rotate the body like this, think about all the muscles underneath those ribs and between the ribs that are being moved. So we're bringing space into the primary breath muscle, which is the diaphragm, and into the secondary muscles are the intercostals, the back, the chest. So keep going. Find a nice little rhythm. And then we're going to add in a kind of breath that helps to empty the lungs, where we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and we'll link it in with the twist. So you'll breathe in one way through the nose, out the other way through the mouth, and you'll speed it up. And then we'll swap around. So whichever side you were breathing in, you're now going to swap around to the other side. So you breathe in the other side. And you feel the tapping of the ribs really activating to release congestion in the lung. And this breath is helping to really empty out the stale air at the bottom of those lungs. You let go of that breath and you start to slow down the twist. Don't stop suddenly because you might feel a little dizzy. And then once you finish that, you take a moment to just notice how you feel. So you might feel a bit of tingling in the hands. Notice how your breath feels. And then bring your feet underneath your hips. How do you know where your hips are? You can take your hands to the hip bones, and as you flow down the crests, that's where your feet want to go. So now we'll do some arm stretches. We did these in a chair. We reach the arms up as we breathe in and release the arms down as we breathe out. And remember, in the chair I mentioned, try not to lean back. So you're not leaning back and pushing your pubic bone forwards here. Instead, you're lengthening your base of your spine down and keeping the spine nice and long. So this is going to have more of an effect on stretching those muscles that we're wanting to get into. So let's do 5 together now. Linking in movement and breath. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. As you exhale, pull the tummy back. Inhale. And exhale. Pull the tummy back. As you inhale, feel as if you're breathing right up to the tops of the collarbones. So take a slow, full breath. One more round. And then we can finish off these arm raises with some arm swings. So you get nice soft fists and just swing the arms. Every second swing, bend the elbows, activating the space underneath the armpits, the lymph, activating the backs of the shoulders, the chest. Quite relaxed swinging. Try not to be stiff. Let it go, let it have freedom. The breath wants to be free, wants to have freedom. Brilliant. So do about 3 more of these, and once you've done that, we'll get our strap. Okay, so let's get the strap. We want the strap underneath, the feet underneath the hips, and the strap about the width of the hips. So if we take where the bones of the hips are, that's the width of the strap. So hold the strap and keep the elbows straight. So you're pulling taut on the strap. The tail stays long, so remember the base of the spine lengthens down to the heels. And as you inhale, you stretch both arms up again. But this time you're pulling lightly on your strap. You just go a bit further back so you can see that. Now staying there, you're pulling on the strap, you're drawing the tail along, you're reaching through the feet, and you're going to do a little side bend here. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, pull on the strap, but do a lateral stretch towards your right. So you feel the left side stretching. Inhale up, and you keep pulling on the strap the whole time. Exhale over to the other side. Lengthening through your side body. Inhale up. As you exhale, navel draws back. Shoulders stay sliding down the back. Inhale up. And exhale over. We're going to do 5 rounds altogether, so 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowing down the pace of your breath. On the exhalation, lightly engage your tummy. Last round. You bring it back to center, breathing in and release as you breathe out. You might find the shoulders feel a little tired. Just roll them out to relax. Place your strap on the floor. Our final pose for today is a forward bend. So when we were sitting in the chair in a previous lesson, we folded over the thighs. Same thing here. Feet are underneath the hips. You bend the knees a little bit and you drop the chin to the chest. You take a breath in, and as you exhale, you just start to round in so your ribs draw towards your hips. You let your head start to draw down towards the ground, so you start to hang over your thighs, and you can bend your knees to do that. Just make sure you're not leaning everything into the heel or into the toes. Keep the feet firm, and see if you can let go of your head. The knees can stay a little bit bent. So staying there now for 5 breaths. Feeling the back body lengthening, but more than that, feeling the back body relaxing.
When you finish your 5th breath, bend the knees a little more. Take a breath in. And on exhale, push into the feet and roll up. Keep the head down. Don't want to bring your head up too quickly. Rolling all the way back up. Head is the last thing to come up. Once you're up, give yourself a shake, shaking away any tension, wobble and shake. And that's our practice for the day. So pause before we move on and notice how you feel, sensing your body, sensing how you feel energetically and mentally, but also noticing your breath. So you've done some movement, the breath might feel a little different. You can do that practice anytime you like. So hopefully you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.